In 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I think it says we have a healthy stream. Yes. We have a healthy stream.
We are streaming.
They can hear us, but they can't see us.
Oh my God, who's behind the black curtains?
This is weird.
Hey, pass me a beer.
Look, at least promise me you won't drink. Alcohol always leads to trouble.
Hey, who wants to play Drink the Beer?
Right here.
You win.
All right, what do I win?
Another beer.
Just have a cup of coffee.
There it is.
Coffee?
Beer.
I'd kill for a beer.
Cheap beer and a sympathetic ear step.
What is up, YouTube, everybody? Hi,
YouTube. Hi,
How are
Adam.
you doing?
I'm good tonight. How are you?
I am doing fandiddlyastic. I'm actually excited about this beer because this is a beer from Dallas Dan, who was just up to visit over the holiday, and he hyped this one up a lot.
He did, and he was kind enough to bring us at least a 4-pack apiece. I don't know what the totals were, but so nice to have a Texas beer for our podcast tonight.
Yeah, so tonight we are going to be doing Tupps Brewery, right? The Tupps Brewery, yep. And actually the one right there on the screen, Full Grown Man, that is the beer that we are going to be doing tonight. So look at that. That's a perfect...
That can... It looks like it might as well just be you. I mean, if you put hops in your beard...
Yeah, I should.
I mean, it's... And, well, you have to grow a little bit of a handlebar.
You know, Tupps, I wish we could borrow that for our logo too, because that's really...
It's freaking awesome.
I love it. With the Bearded Hops. So, hey, everybody. Thanks for joining to the Bearded Hops podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, hi. We're live streaming on the YouTubes.
What's up? Tubes of U's.
Tubes of U's. So, yeah, this is a... What is this? A Imperial?
Just Imperial Stout, yep.
Imperial Stout.
12.1% EBIV.
Yep. And Tupps is out of McKinney, Texas. McKinney. And Chad, why don't you tell the kids the rules of engagement, sir?
So what we're going to do, as usual, is we'll open this can up and we'll pour it and sniff it, give you an idea of what we're smelling, and then we're going to taste it. And when we taste it, we're going to talk a little bit about what the flavors that are present, and after going through that, we'll give it an initial rating right off the bat. And then we'll talk about the can and the brewery and maybe some other stuff. And halfway through the beer, we'll see what's up with the temperature, see if there's any change along the way, flavors, smells, give it a midway rating, talk about some more shit, and then stuff.
Talk about some more shit. Okay.
And then at the end, we will give our final rating, check it in on Untapped under our Untapped accounts. Adam is Tall Dog Beer, and I am Cadillac 907. So check us out there. Give us a friend request if you want to follow along with our podcast, as well as our daily beers. That we Adam is Tall Dog Beer, and I am Cadillac 907. So that's it.
Check
us out. That's there. The ROGs. Friend request if you want to follow. Ow, my back hurts too. Sorry, everybody, if I grunt along the way. I'm not trying to drop a deuce or anything in my chair. I pull the muscle and it friggin' hurts.
That's right. So he'll grimace. But you know what'll help the backache? Beer.
A beer.
Yeah. A beer.
Why don't we crack this baby open?
Why does my microphone keep falling down? My goodness. Yeah, go ahead. Crack it open.
Crack it.
I got it. Fixed
now,
the mic. There we go.
I took this beer out of the refrigerator at least, about 50 minutes ago. So mine's warmed up quite nicely. I Marcoed Adam around the same time, just as a reminder to take his out of the refrigerator.
Of course, I didn't pay attention to you. It was about 10 minutes later. So
okay, so he's going to be drinking colder than me.
Yes.
As I said, 50 minutes or so out of the refrigerator. I'm guessing by the feel of the can, mine is probably around the 50 to 55 degree range.
Oh, so I drizzled a little bit on my keyboard.
No.
Yeah, be okay though.
So it's black as black can be. Now, in full disclosure, Adam and I have had a taster of this.
Yes.
So
Look, I got.
Oh, you got the thermometer.
Thermometer.
And I rated the taster. I already rated the taster at a 5. And I'm interested to see what happens here as we drink a full can.
Right. Because all we
taster.
had was a little tiny, I don't know how many ounces that was, but
Yeah,
it was
a little
small
3-ounce pour.
Yeah.
Just like you were doing a flight. We did tasters. I was down at Adam's house with Dan and Jake on Monday for Memorial Day. And we just did tasters all day, which was kind of nice because I was able to drive home.
Right. Yeah, I did taster so you could drive home. Yep. So it's got a nice Coca-Cola, like we call it, head, but it's more biscuit heady though. A lot of these. This one is not barrel aged. So
It's not. They do a barrel aged version of this.
Do you hear that, Dan? They have a barrel aged version, Dan.
Yeah, it's called barrel aged full grown man 2018 batch number 2 or just batch 2. So yeah, Dan, if you're listening, you find this barrel aged version, check it out and let us know.
All right, so when we're sniffing it, what do you smell?
It doesn't have a big smell for me, but I didn't smell it while the head was dissipating, and the head on mine went away very, very quickly.
Oh, see, mine did not. Mine is still.
You got a little bit of a
still hanging.
Little ring around the top there. I have nothing other than, just a slight ring of bubbles around the outside. Just a very, very subtle hint of chocolate is all I get in the sniff.
Really? Chocolate? I don't like chocolate. I guess there's a little chocolate there. I see what you're saying. I do get some chocolate there too. Let's take a taste though, because I want to drink this.
Because I think there's going to be more to this than just the light sniff.
It's good. It's really good.
That, yeah, that's delicious. Now to me, the taste is totally different than the smell.
Yes, absolutely. There's no doubt.
Yeah, I don't taste any chocolate. I taste very, very strong caramel. Adam says caramel.
The right way.
It has a sweet tobacco-y flavor.
Yes.
And there's some other malty flavor in there too. I'm not sure I'm picking that up exactly what that is, but caramel and tobacco, sweet tobacco, definitely are the strong flavors to me.
Yeah, the sweet tobacco. I'm posting this on our Facebook page real quick.
Oh, that's so good.
So,
It's a delicious one. I mean,
it is.
Great find, Dan.
Yeah, and Dan has been telling us about this for a while, and he finally was able to come up and bring it to us. You can't get this outside of Texas. And actually, looking at their website, which we'll do in a second, but from looking at their website before, it looks like they only deliver, or they only really have anything in Dallas area, Dallas Fort Worth. That's it. They don't go anywhere else distribution.
Now, I don't know exactly what town Dan lives in. I know he's on the north side of Dallas, but he can get this within 5. There's is it the tap room that's right near his house? Or
the brewery, actually. He doesn't live in McKinney, but he lives very close to McKinney.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
I didn't know exactly where McKinney was, but
this stupid microphone stand. This might be the last show for this stand. Driving me nuts. So sniff, taste. I'm going 4.75 right away just to give it room to grow because it's very, very good now. We had it in the taster out in the hot sun. And it was amazing then. So I just expect this to get better as we keep going with it. So that's me, 4.75.
Yeah, and the taster was I know that these were in the cooler, but I don't think that it was cold.
No, I mean,
when we
it
tasted
was like 90 plus degrees.
Yeah, and I
in a
know
cooler.
and pouring it into the taster, that's going to warm up quick.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I'm saying 475 as well.
Yes, it is good so far. So let's take a look. So Tupps, like we said, is McKinney, Texas, and they don't have that many beers.
No, they don't.
10?
Which is kind of. I mean, they have a beers on tap list. I don't know how many beers they've done.
Well, and this is all that there is on their site, as far as I found. I didn't see any.
Right.
A little bigger for those that can't see.
I mean, there are retired beers because that barrel aged one is not on their website. It's on Untapped,
Right.
but it's not on the website. So
What's also interesting is you see down here that this is all powered by Untapped. So when you click this,
oh yeah,
we'll go to Full Grown Man. We click more. Oh, now it does it. When you click on the beer, I think. Yeah, you click the beer, it takes it to
right to
the
Untapped. Yeah, that's yep.
which is a good segue. So it's 11.2 ABV with 20 IBU. Average score of 3.97. It's not bad. Of 3,500 scores. So
Yeah, 3,500 total, 2,800 unique. Interesting. The Untapped, that information comes straight from their website. Shows 11.2 ABV,
but
and
the can says 12.1, right?
Can says 12.1.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the 12.1.
Yeah, I'll take what I got. So beers, not a ton of them listed out here. Of course, Team Tupps, they have their founder there. Small little group, and if you scroll down here, so you have the sales rep North Dallas, sales rep Dallas, and you have sales rep Fort Worth. So I think that's about the extent of where their sales go. And there's their distribution, that little van. So I'm pretty sure that's about it.
Mr. Taylor Henson is the guy that drives it around.
That's about all there is to that. So there's really nothing about like how they got started or anything like that like we've seen before. So that's it.
There is an about page, but it doesn't have like where they started. It just talks about how they feel about brewing their beer.
Right, yeah, what we believe and blah 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 blah.
Which I think actually this is this is there's some very similar words on this website, on Tupps website, to Three Sheep's website. Beer is the perfect blend of
science,
art and science. Yeah. Creativity, which we Three Sheep's is very creative, and this brewery sounds like it's somewhat similar in the way they go about making their recipes.
Well, hopefully they barrel age some more stuff, because as everybody knows who listens to our podcast, we are big fans of Three Sheep and their barrel aged stuff. So,
well, yeah, and we're fans of barrel aged stuff in general.
That's true. Yeah.
And while we have been focusing on barrel aged beers on the podcast lately, we still will continue to do that. But every once in a while, like tonight, we'll take a break from barrel aged stuff and do something like this, which is just a standard imperial stout. It's a high ABV imperial stout. A lot of imperials are between 8, 10, 11%. There's some that are up in the 12%, but this is pretty high for non-barrel aged imperial stout.
And it's so tasty. It really is. For a non-barrel aged beer, it's got a lot of flavor to it. More so than what I can remember other non-barrel aged beers, in this category. The flavor is just really good.
Yeah, super flavorful. It just doesn't have the boozy kick that a lot of the barrel aged beers do have.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I like their cans too. They're very simple, 2-3 colors. I love this can.
This one's really cool. I'm trying to go back to the pictures of the.
This one's going to go on my shelf just because I love the bearded
logo
guy.
Let's see here.
They have this thing right here on the side.
I just switched away from you, of course. Here you go.
Oh, this little thing here, which from a distance to me it looks like a yacht or something. And then when you look at it close,
It's like a 50s car.
It's an old 50s car on a hill with a bicycle on it, which I think that's pretty awesome because far away it looks like a boat, a big boat, a yacht to me.
Could be just because you have boats on your mind all the time.
I know. I'm always thinking about boats.
So yeah, here are their cans. Here are their cans. There you go. There's a lineup of cans right there. It's really simple. The one thing I will say about these cans though is that they're not painted on the can. It's a sticker.
Yep, just a silver can with a
sticker on it. So
wrap sticker.
Yeah.
On the side it says try this Tupps ale in a snifter glass. On the back, on the other side, it says, I like this word. You know how I get really weird about words like big and bold and that kind of stuff. I do like this one though. Grow to your full potential with this chewy bearded imperial wonder.
Chewy.
The word chewy.
I can see that.
I like that.
I don't know if this will come out. And did you see the bottom of it?
Yes, I did. Yep, it says canned.
I also like that it says cheers. It's not focused.
I know.
Yeah. Right there at the bottom it says cheers. So see, Chad's got his focus better than mine did. So. But yeah, can 5.7 says cheers on. That's cool. We usually don't see something like that. So
I know, that's awesome. That's a nice little touch.
Yeah. So there we go.
They're located in the historic cotton mill.
There you go. Look at that. There's the logo. That's where that picture comes from.
Oh yeah. Okay. The car's out the front of their brewery. That's cool.
There you go.
Should be consumed with friends responsibly.
Oh, fine. I mean, okay.
Hell's yeah. The car's also on the car's on the can twice. There's birds flying behind it. If it doesn't want to focus.
So this looks like a really cool brewery. I'm going down to Texas in July to visit Dan. So I think this will be a stop that we're going to make to check this place out.
Definitely.
Sure. So as the rules of engagement state, we will keep drinking this to halfway, which I'm getting close to.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll give it a grade at that point.
They do free brewery tours every Saturday too.
I did see that.
That was very mumbled. Free brewery tours every Saturday at 12:30. Live music from 1 to 4. Food truck on site. This will be an awesome place. I mean, I like the old industrial look of it.
The brewery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$5 a beer, $15 a flight.
$5. I think actually, you know what? We should say Dan actually told us for this 4-pack over here. This 4-pack was $12.
Nice. That's a great deal.
That's insane. I mean,
for something as flavorful as it is.
I mean, Veneration, although, okay, the difference here is that Veneration is barrel aged. So, you know, they're holding on to the product longer. Veneration, what did we originally get it at? Because I know we just got it for a price that I thought was pretty high for it.
It was high. Yeah, we've been finding it for about $16.
Yeah, we got 22
17.
this weekend.
Yeah.
And then another one of our favorite ones is the Death Star Rev Beer Revolution. There, that was 33, I think, for 4. Again, these are all barrel aged though, so it's hard to compare the barrel age to this. But still, $12.
Yeah. I know, that's awesome. I mean, anytime you get a beer that has this much flavor, that's easy drinking, it's nice and it's malty and sweet and chewy.
Use the word.
When you can get a beer like this for $4 or less, I think that's a great deal.
Yeah, I agree. I am actually looking up some news here so we can talk about. Are we at the halfway point? I'm pretty close.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I know. I'm poking it. No, not like that.
No.
That's a terrible idea.
Terrible. I should actually play the
That's what she said.
That's what she said audio, which you can't hear, so I'm just going to keep playing.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Boy, That
got nothing.
escalated quickly.
I know you can't hear.
That's what she said.
Nothing. Yeah. So we're going to move on real quickly and cover some news. Now, something we've talked about pretty much every episode so far that we've done these live streams. And I'm going to
Volcano?
Yeah, the volcano. Have you been keeping up with this thing, man?
Not since yesterday. I heard not yesterday. A couple days ago, I heard there was a 4.4 earthquake or something like that.
4.5 earthquake, yeah. It did not cause a tsunami, so that's good.
Experts insist that it did not.
Right. Experts insist.
Oh, will not cause a tsunami. So, I mean, they think that it won't.
Right. We have yet to know that if it will or not. I'm trying to see there. Look at those pictures, man.
It's crazy, though. I mean, like we talked last week, it's almost like you're looking at something that's not real.
Yeah. It's like CGI.
Yeah, to see that much lava. I mean, I know there's destruction going on, and that's terrible. It sucks. But it's almost beautiful.
I'm Nathan Weens. I've always loved building furniture.
In a weird. It's just a weird way.
I know. We got to get to this commercial before we get.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I was. The reason I stopped and kind of stuttered there for a second because I was looking at this commercial. Like, what is this? What is this?
I'll wait till the commercial's over and then we'll go back to it. Just put you on the
wood.
screen. This guy's varnishing his wood. That was horrible.
He's varnishing his wood. There's volcanoes erupting in the backyard. I mean,
oh, there we go.
End of days. Might as well polish your wood.
Might as well. Look at that. I don't care what's up next. Can I just get through this video? I just started this video and you already gave me something next? Come on. It totally looks CGI'd.
So that's a fissure. So when the lava flows and hardens like that, and then it bursts open in the middle, it's a crack, or a fissure, I guess is the official term for a volcanic lava crack.
I'm more interested in is your blood blue over here. My last name may tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Click on that bait. See where it takes you.
I really don't want to click on that bait. I need you to get out of my face, though.
They're good at the clickbait stuff.
Yeah, what is a UK website? What do you expect? Yeah, that's just an insane thing to watch every time. I know, like you said, there's people like involved here, but it doesn't get old. Like seeing those pictures, it's like, and I know it sucks because there's people like who are losing their homes. People have died, but
it's so foreign.
Yeah.
To see that. I mean, it just doesn't happen very often. So
I mean, it's here in the Midwest, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
even though they say we're on a fault line, it's going to be an earthquake. It's not going to be a volcano.
Well, I mean, if the volcano that affects us, which is Yellowstone, if that thing ever goes, we're not going to see it anyway. And we might see the cloud raining down on us before we all die, but
before we all die, end of days.
But I mean, that's a super volcano. If that thing blows, that's not going to be good.
Beard Ops podcasts are not scientists or geologists in any way. The things we say are complete bullshit. So,
yep, most likely bullshit.
Yeah,
I know it's a super volcano. Maybe it's not going to blow up the Earth. I don't know.
The Earth, North America, maybe. Let's drink some more.
No,
and then
I think it's going to blow up the Earth.
Yeah, let's drink some more. Then we can get into the truth of it all.
I'm halfway.
Yeah, I am almost halfway. Okay, fine. What? Go ahead with your halfway thoughts.
Okay, so it still tastes the same, but I feel like the taste is a little bit more subtle as I got halfway through it, which is not a bad thing. It just makes it super, super easy to drink.
I think it's almost sweeter.
What is the sweetness? I mean, the caramel.
Jab user 20. Are you asking where the sweetness came from?
Yeah.
I thought Dan was telling us there was molasses, which I don't know that I see anywhere specifically saying on here.
The description. Okay. So so on Tupps' website, this robust yet drinkable stout is brewed with obscene amounts of dark roasted malts. We get that. It's very malty. This full flavored bad boy.
Bad
Gives
boy,
off
bad boy. What you
dark.
gonna do?
I don't know. Okay, I don't know what this is. Gives off dark stone fruit. I don't know what dark stone fruit is.
Gives off dark stone fruit and
tobacco notes, as well as rich dark caramel and burnt toast. I don't really taste any burnt toast.
No, I'm not really tasting burnt toast.
So the rest of it doesn't really talk about flavors. I don't know what they mean by dark stone fruit, but that's got to be what's making it sweeter.
Okay.
Caramel, dark stone fruits, tobacco. I mean, tobacco can have really sweet flavor, but I don't think that's what's making it. I don't think that's what's making it sweet as we drink it down. I'm gonna stay with 475.
So stone fruit is also called droop. Did you know that?
I did not. I didn't know what stone fruit was. So
I don't either. But
droop. Where do we find droop?
I don't know. You're asking so many questions. How much?
I mean, droop. DRUPE.
So it's a fleshy fruit with thin skin, and central stone contains the seeds. So
okay.
Cherries, nectarines, apricots, dates.
So it's probably a mixture of just sweet fruits with cherries and peaches.
Guess. Yeah.
Stone fruit. Dark stone fruit. So cherries, dark stone fruit. Plums, dark stone fruit probably has a seed, thin skin.
Berries or cherries. Yeah. I mean, so that's where you could definitely get your sweetness from.
Yeah.
Look at that, kids. Educational. Right here.
Hey.
You had no idea what a stone fruit was, did you? Don't tell me you did, because you're lying sack of shit.
We all learned something today. I learned something today. Dark stone fruit.
You tune in to listen to about beer and you learn about droop.
I know. I'm going to use droop all the time. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I'm using droop all the time.
Kids in their droop. So yeah, I'm staying at 475, but I mean it's very good. It is it's very, very delicious. A lot of flavor. Sweetness. I think the sweetness is very sweet. Actually, I feel like it's getting, because it kind of, that sweet resin, whatever you want to say that is, like kind of stays on your tongue after you swallow it.
Yeah, it just kind of resonates. I think is what it's doing. I haven't had a drink here for probably 2 minutes, and I can still taste the fruitiness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I taste it too.
Which is an interesting thing to say, because I mean, so it used to be, you drink a fruity beer. A lot of guys would make fun of you because you're drinking fruity beer.
Yep.
You know, men don't drink fruity beers. Well, beers like this have been brewed for a long, long time with fruit. We're just everybody's talking about it now. So to say that I'm drinking an imperial stout that has a fruity, sweet taste, I have no concern about saying that I drink. I mean, any other fruity beer, like Rubaeus from Founders, or what was the one we had this weekend from Revolution? Rosa.
Yeah.
At the hibiscus ale. That was really good. Fruity beer. This is also a fruity beer in its own way.
And it's good.
It's delicious.
It's very good. I'm trying to look for some news stories to talk about here.
Oh.
Nothing really.
The news hasn't been very I mean, there's always news, obviously, but there hasn't been like anything stupid.
Oh, you want stupid? Please hold for this story, sir.
Okay, find me something.
There you go. I'm going to let you read this headline.
Oh, we could talk about Roseanne too.
Oh God, please.
I don't want to talk about this.
Nope, shut up. You want something stupid?
No, this is not stupid.
This is stupid. The wedding veil maker washed their hands every 30 minutes. That's stupid.
Yes. And you know how much that dress costs?
No. Do you know, though? Because you've thoroughly researched this.
No, it was, Brittany was watching Entertainment Tonight the other night.
Yeah, blame it on the girl. Gotcha.
Yeah. It was like $375,000.
What are those things?
Did you just hear me?
I heard you.
375. Why the hell would that's such a waste?
Because you're a royal family that's really not royalty. And
Fuck the royal family.
You're born you were born into this life of privilege, whatever. Anyway, yeah,
I don't care anything about the royal family.
It's gonna go down fast.
I don't care. I care nothing about the royal family.
Okay, fine.
That's why I was saying I don't want to talk about this.
You have to find something to talk about.
Well, Roseanne got fired.
Well, yeah.
I guess she tweeted something about, I didn't read it, something about one of Barack Obama's former advisors or something. It was a racist tweet or some way.
Yes, it was. I'm trying to find the tweet right now, even though I don't really want to.
Well, I liked Roseanne. I mean, I thought it was a funny show.
Have you watched the new one for the reboot? I haven't watched it at all.
Yeah, the reboot. That's been funny. I thought it's hilarious. I don't follow or agree with her political views, but
I'm trying to find the exact tweet. But she basically, she called them a monkey, essentially.
Oh, yeah. You can't do that.
Yeah.
And good on you, ABC, for canning her. But I think that, I mean, by her, she blamed it on Ambien or something like that.
Yeah. Did you see the maker of the drug?
No.
They actually, so she tweeted something that she was on Ambien or something like that, and alluded to the fact that that's what caused her to say these things. And the maker came out and said, we fully acknowledge that many of our drugs have side effects, but one of them is not racism. I was like, that was a very good comeback for that. So
that's awesome. I mean, the funny thing to me is, I mean, she was a huge star. She's now come back to be a huge star again, and now she just screwed up the lives of 20 different actors.
Well, and part of the fallout from this was that several of her co-stars basically came out and said, I basically quit after that tweet. So several of the co-stars and no, maybe not. I was going to say the director, but I don't think that's right. But several of the co-stars quit and said they
saw and didn't agree with it, and they were like, we're done.
Yeah, I'm not going to work with her. So
yeah, okay. Well, that's good for them.
So yeah, I can't find the actual tweet anymore. But she also went on and deleted that tweet and then began like this Twitter storm.
Yeah, where she was like
tweets that she ended up deleting half of them because majority of them were wrong anyway. If you guys ever watch on YouTube, Philip DeFranco, his show, it's like a news show that he does every day. He has a great breakdown of it. He has all the tweets there. He goes through the whole thing. It's really interesting to watch. So check that out. But yeah, I mean, he's gone. The show's canceled, and you just can't say stupid shit and expect everybody to be like, "Hey, that's funny."
I mean, it's disappointing. It felt like the reboot was like a really real, blue collar American TV show, and the issues that they had started to bring up, the racism thing was actually brought up on one of the most recent episodes we watched, where they went to a local store and the girl checking them out, checking out the groceries, made racist comments about the lady that Roseanne was with. And she basically, I mean, it was all written, obviously it wasn't her, but I mean, the writers, the way they wrote that show, I thought was very good, because the way they had Roseanne respond to the chick that made the racist comment. I thought that was great. And then she goes and does this. I mean, we just watched that episode 2 nights ago.
Well, so now though, what I thought was really good was Netflix. This is their tweet from Netflix today. Reminder, One Day at a Time is a sitcom about a tight-knit working-class family that tackles extremely topical social issues in a smart and innovative way. If you're suddenly looking for a show like that. I thought that was very good.
That's nice.
It was a really good tweet by them. I've never even heard of that show, so I have no idea.
One Day at a Time. You never heard of that?
I mean, the older version. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
isn't
I
that
didn't know
what
they
it
rebooted it though.
Oh, they did. I didn't know
Apparently.
I didn't know they rebooted it, but
Yeah. Here is the. I can't have to go and like increase the size of these, but yeah, here's her. Thanks USA Today. Enjoyed that. Yeah. So the ambient maker responds: racism is not a side effect of the drug. It was so funny. That was really good.
that's
They
hilarious.
just send shit all over the website. Leave me alone. Golly. So, yeah, Roseanne, she's gone. There's another story I just saw.
Oh well. I mean, she's a staunch right winger. So
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, that for that reason, I really don't care. But it was a funny show.
What I thought was funny though is that you have a lot of right wing Republicans coming out saying, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. But if you remember, I don't know how many years ago, Roseanne Barr singing the national anthem and just butchering it, laughing the whole time.
Oh yes, I do remember that.
At the end of it, she spit and she grabbed her crotch.
Yes.
But you have a problem with somebody kneeling? Like, she completely disrespected the national anthem. But anyway, whatever. It's hypocrisy at its finest. All of it is. Hey, Chad, you have an iPhone, right?
I do have an iPhone, Adam.
Did you hear about the latest update to the iPhone?
Yes, because you told me about it today.
I know, because I told you about it today. All of you iPhone people, you'll want to do this update to 11.4. It basically makes iMessage now in the cloud. Well, what does that mean? Well, hey, I'll tell you what that means.
I'm glad you're going to tell me, because even though you told me, I still don't know what it means.
So when you break your phone, which you will do, you drop it in the pool, you drop it in the lake, your dog craps on it, you crack the screen, whatever, and you got to get a new phone, or you're lucky enough and you upgrade to a new phone. Now all you are going to have to do is log into iCloud on that phone, turn on iMessages for iCloud. All your text messages come right back to the phone.
Whoa.
So it backs up to the cloud. That's number one. Number two, if you have a Mac, which I know you do and I do, once the new Mac OS is released, which is coming up, it'll sync seamlessly to the Mac. So you know how you use iMessage on Mac right now?
Yep.
And if you delete something on your phone, it doesn't delete on the Mac right now.
Right.
Well, that will change with this.
Awesome.
It'll all delete in real time. Thirdly, which I haven't even checked out yet, but you're supposed to be able to go to iCloud.com, log in, and actually text from the website. I don't know if that's live yet, but that's coming. So there you go.
That's awesome. And I'm always up on the latest phone news, because this was Adam does this for a living. So
yeah, that's what I do. Yep.
And so it's really cool. And I love my Macs. I love them. I love them.
I love my Macs.
But that was one thing that has kind of been a little bit annoying, because I would delete something on my phone. Like I get a text message from Verizon saying my bill's due.
Pay your bill, Chad. Why don't you pay your bill?
So I go and pay the bill, and I delete it from my phone, and then I get on my computer, and the text is still there. And I'm like, I got to delete it here too.
I know. I'm telling you.
That's annoying.
So yeah, update
Nice.
your iPhone.
Awesome.
People.
Apple 11.4.
Yes, just came out today.
I'm gonna. Let's see here.
Oh yeah.
Software update. Checking for update. I have an update ready. Okay, I'll do that later. I got to check in a beer first.
Cubs are still losing 2-1 in the top of the ninth.
Man, they almost gave it away last night.
There's 2 outs. Top of the ninth. This is be it.
Did you watch it last night?
I did not.
Bottom of the ninth, Pirates loaded up the bases and scored. It was 8-4. Scored 2 on a single out to I don't know which side it was, but scored 2, 8-6, and then struck out Bell, which was awesome, and then got a pop fly to end it. But geez, they almost tried to give it away. The bases loaded twice in the bottom of the ninth.
So right now it's 2 outs, top of the ninth, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bryant is up to bat. Man on second.
Come on,
First
I'm
and
putting my hat on.
I know.
I'm I'm going rally cap over.
He's grounded a third. Game over, kids.
Well, that's probably because I didn't put my hat on early enough.
That's gonna be it. Yeah.
Oh man. All right.
Hard enough.
Well, it'll go back up here. I heard Chris Bryant is on a Red Bull, can of Red Bull.
Really?
Or Monster or something.
All right.
KB, Red Bull. Can.
I'm running out of stuff here. I'm running out of stuff.
On it.
All right, how much more we got?
On it. If we could get sponsored, I don't know what On It is, but Joe Rogan talks about On It all the time. We should get sponsored by On
That's
It.
the drug company he owns. The farmers, not farm drug company, but it's the supplement.
Oh.
Loosely supplement company. Go to onit.com.
On It. On It.
He's like a major investor in it. That's why he's always advertising it.
Yeah. Go listen to Joe Rogan. He's awesome. I love that guy.
He can interview anybody. That's the whole thing. Like, he can talk about anything with anybody. He's had such a cross section of people.
Okay, there's probably three episodes from him that I can think of right away that are my top three. James Hetfield, Metallica.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Great one. Bart Ehrman.
I want to say I saw that one, but I can't remember.
Yeah, you did. He's the author of the books, some of the books we've been reading.
Okay.
Author of
yes, gotcha.
Yeah. Triumph of Christianity.
Yeah.
Great book to listen to it right now. That was a great podcast.
Joe Rogan?
Huh?
When was he on Joe Rogan?
Oh,
I'll have to go back. I didn't know he was on Joe Rogan though.
it's been a while. Am I thinking of the right podcast?
I didn't know he was on there. I'll have to go look and see if it is. Anyway, go ahead. We'll go find out. Like I said, don't take anything we say as like being true.
Thinking Atheist with Seth Andrews. I know that, but I thought he was on Joe Rogan too. Anyway, maybe it's another guy I'm thinking of. Anyway, sorry about that. Check it. But then just the other day, just last week, Steven Tyler was on with Joe Rogan.
Yes, I saw parts of it. I didn't get to watch complete the whole thing.
Oh, that was a great one. I actually want to listen to it again. Steven Tyler is fascinating.
He is for such an old ass dude. It's amazing that he's still some going.
Shit. I mean, he's lost it all 2 or 3 times. I mean, he was boozy. He was into drugs. He's just a fascinating guy. And they had a great conversation. I'd highly recommend listening to that one.
You think we could get Steven Tyler on our podcast?
Maybe next week.
Is he busy this week or something? What's he doing?
I don't know. He might be touring.
It's amazing to think like these old guys like this, like Rolling Stones, right? Aerosmith, like these guys are old.
Approaching 70, yeah.
It makes like Rolling Stones, those guys are out there. They don't just get up there, sit on a bar stool and like strum their guitars. Like they're out there rocking. I hope I have a tenth of that energy when I'm 70 years old.
Steven Tyler, born in 1948.
Jeez.
What's that? 70? He's 70. He just turned 70.
Now then you got to ask yourself, when you see him on video, how much work has he had done?
Oh, well, I mean, you look at his face, he looks like the Joker. I mean, he's
Oh, I got a great headline for you here, Spanky. Just in case you were wondering.
Spanky. Oh, that's interesting.
Read it for those who are listening.
All right. So it says sex on Mars is going to be risky, but it could create a new human subspecies. That's a really good segue because Joe Rogan and Steven Tyler were talking about other species of humans and excuse me. They were actually talking about the octopus. There's some talk about the octopus came from another planet.
Oh man.
On a comet. Octopus eggs. Because they're so smart and all their tentacles, they all think for themselves.
All right.
I can tell by your face that this one's gone off the rails.
No more than my wife coming home from a work trip telling me that the moon landing didn't happen.
Well, I mean, that's been a conspiracy theory for a long time.
Have you watched? There's on Netflix. There's one. I just searched on Netflix conspiracy theories, and that's the first one that came up.
Yep.
There is a lot of compelling evidence that they throw out there.
Yeah.
For how we couldn't have. And actually, I can't even believe this show's gone off the rails. But
that's okay.
There's one thing that makes me go, wait a second. So they talked to a Russian cosmonaut, right? Because we were in, this race to get to the moon with Russia.
Right.
And we beat them. And the Russian cosmonaut said we weren't going to do it. He's like, nobody can do it. Because there's a layer of radiation around the Earth that is several miles, I think what it was, thick.
Thick, yeah.
And then able to go through that radiation, you'd have to have 6 feet of lead around you to protect a human body. Well, as we know, the lunar lander, the lunar module, was like a very thin piece of aluminum, essentially. Mm-hmm. And so the cosmonaut's like, I don't see how they did that. And these people came back alive because they went through it and then came back through it again. And the space station, of course, stays within that radiation belt.
Yeah.
It doesn't go outside of that. But to get to the moon, you'd have to go outside of it.
I've heard that before as well. I also think it's very, very strange that happened in 1969. Why can't we do it? Why haven't we done it again?
Nobody's done it again. And actually, is it China? I think China or Japan. I think it's China is sending a Hubble-style telescope again out into space. And on its way out, it's going to make a pass around the moon to take pictures.
Yeah, to see if that flag is there.
Right. And so the first thing I told Gina said, one of two things is going to happen. Number one, that thing will never take off. Or two, we will never see those pictures.
I don't know, man. It's really, really weird to me.
I know.
I mean, everybody that was alive at the time, my parents included, your parents included, they watched it on TV, right? They'll swear till the end of their lives that it happened.
And even that, though. So this show goes into the angles of the shadows being completely off. The other thing is that I didn't know this, so I watched the show, but the astronauts, Hasselblad, the camera manufacturer, made a special camera for them to take, and these cameras were strapped to their chest. So they couldn't pick up the camera and line it up, adjust aperture, focus. They'd really just sit there and just, wherever their boobies were pointing, click, 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 click. They just point and shot, right?
Yep.
Adjusting for nothing. So in this documentary, they had the engineer that worked on that specific camera. Mm-hmm. And he said he was completely amazed that when he got these pictures back, they were perfectly shot. And he said like they were done in a studio. Yeah. Because they were aligned perfectly. The lighting was perfect. They showed him a couple of shots where the guy is supposed to be standing in the shadow of the lunar module, and he's completely lit up. Yeah. Or the other one, actually, the better one was that the sun was behind him. And when you take a picture of the light being behind you, it blocks out.
Yeah, you're usually silhouette.
You're silhouetted. Well, he was completely lit up. And the first thing that guy said, he's like, it's like there's a spotlight on the astronaut. Like, how does that happen? They didn't have flashes. They had no lights up there.
They probably set up a studio on the moon.
Right.
With halogen bulbs and...
Right. They took the best photographer they could get.
Panels to make sure they get the light just right.
I know.
I don't know. I am a conspiracist.
I think conspiracy theories, there's a lot of them that you're just like, whatever, but they're fun as
there's
hell.
some really far-fetched ones out there.
They're fun as hell to talk about.
Yeah.
But then there's some of them where you really sit down and you think and you're like, shit. Wait a second. I see how that's plausible. But there are many of them where you sit there and go, you're just a moron. That's really all there's to
like a really, really big one that you and I have been dealing with for the last year or two. We don't need to talk about it on the podcast, but there's a really, really big one that we've been.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
dealing
not
with.
talking about that on the podcast. But yes, you're right. There's a big one there.
Yeah.
The other one's
Yeah.
9/11.
Yeah.
That's a huge
I mean,
one.
there's just some, the older I get, the more I start to think about things. And I think when you're younger and you're just dumb and naive and you're just like, well, I don't know, like the older guy told me that's what happened. So that's probably what happened.
Right.
And now I'm starting to read and research for myself and really think about
that's the important thing, right? Like with anything, especially in today's age with the internet, right? You can kind of excuse it for back like when our parents, you just believed what Cronkite was telling you on the TV.
Yeah, that was your source. That's
right.
all you
And
had.
what the newspaper said, and that was about it. You went about your life, right? Now the news comes at you so fast. When something happens, we know about it within 20 minutes quicker when you're on Twitter or something like that. A good example of this is the other day, we were driving somewhere. My wife brought up this story online. I don't know if you've heard about this, but about Homeland Security. How they're separating children from their parents when they come across the border.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And the story was about how they lost 1,400 some odd kids, and these kids were in sex trafficking after that. And so I asked her what website it came from. It came from some Billy Bob's website.com or whatever. And I'm like, well, because she's like, I want to put this on Facebook. I'm like, well, wait a second. Let's research this first. Like that's So she starts doing these Google searches and come to find out that story actually stems from a story several years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, not from what's going on right now. Although what's going on right now does contribute to that. Anyway, all of that to say, you do have to do some research because that crap gets out there so fast, and you're just like, what? So, yes.
Well, and honestly, that's one of the reasons that I got so fed up with Facebook.
Oh yeah,
all the fake stories are on Facebook. I mean, there was one I remember last summer where I think it was last summer that it was reported that
Trump was going to be president. That happened, by the way, just so you know. That wasn't fake news.
No, that's an unfortunate reality. No, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. There was a story on Facebook that he died in a car accident while shooting a movie.
Yeah.
And Brittany told me that. I'm like, oh, what?
You were upset, weren't you?
I like Dwayne Johnson.
I know, I do.
I do too. Honestly, I think he's a fantastic actor.
I would make out with him in a heartbeat.
I mean, if him and what's the other dude?
Hemsworth?
No.
I'd make out with Hemsworth too. Ryan Reynolds?
No. Well, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, right. Look at you. Look at you. You're drooling.
No, what's the guy that he's? Oh shit!
Your tidy whitey just got moist.
Anyway, there's been rumors about Dwayne Johnson running for president.
Yeah,
with the other guy as his running mate.
The other guy,
right. And yeah, I can't remember his name. I like Dwayne Johnson enough to where that would be interesting. It would be super intriguing if that were to happen. But anyway, my point of the story is fake news on Facebook is rampant. So yeah, when you're talking about hearing something on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, check it out before you go reposting it, because that really pissed me off when Brittany told me that, but when we found out that it was fake.
How far away are you from being officially deleted from Facebook now?
I'm done. I was done last week.
What was it, a 14-day, or what was it?
14 days. Actually, a week ago tomorrow. So today is March. Today's May 30th. It was a week ago tomorrow, Thursday, the 31st, that I was done with Facebook. And I haven't even thought about it since then, to be honest with you.
Congratulations. All right, well, it's done.
Yeah, I'm done.
What say you?
That was yummy. You know what?
What's your final verdict there, kid?
I'm gonna go back to where I was with the taster on this, because there's nothing about this one I don't like. It's I mean, if comparing it to another Imperial Stout, I'm not comparing it to other barrel aged beers that we've rated up and down all over the place. Just as an Imperial Stout, this one is absolutely delicious. I have no problem re-rating this one as a 5.
Yep. I agree. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. As a non-barrel aged beer, it's got so much flavor. And yeah, I agree. I don't think you can really do much. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing I can say, I don't want to have that again because this flavor. No, there's none of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the what's it called? Droop?
The stone fruit?
The stone fruit, the caramel, the sweet tobacco.
You mean caramel?
Yeah. I didn't get the burnt toast, but that doesn't really matter because I mean everybody tastes things differently. It just all worked. It's just really, really good. I mean, well done, Tupps. I mean, that's a 5 for me.
Yes. I'm checking it right now.
Okay, I got to take a picture. I want to take a good picture of this bearded man.
The bearded man. So yes, we are using, of course, Untapped right there. And so this would be me. So on Untapped, you can find me at Tall Dog Beer right there. And of course, there is Chad. Chadilak 907. Look at you updated your location, didn't you? Look at you.
I did updated my back
and your picture
and my location.
I have no idea what the hell that picture is, but
that's a picture of that boat that's on my wall right up there. It's a color washed version of it.
Cannot tell that, but it looks nice.
Yeah,
way to go, kid. But that's where you can find us on the old.
That's why I did it. It's very artsy.
And you are artsy fartsy, more fartsy than artsy, but you are artsy fartsy. Usually, yes. So if you want to follow along with the check-ins, we are always open to more friends on the old Untapped. You can also come and hang out with us on the old Twitters. If I can click fast enough and pull up our Twitter account right there. There we go. There we are on Twitter. Bearded Hops on Twitter. We don't tweet too much from there, but we're there. So I always can see when we're going live on the old YouTubes or something like that. And of course, you can always find us over at beardedhops.com. Where you can find all past episodes of the podcast. You can also on the side here see where you can get to our audio if you have iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, and also Anchor.fm. We are right there. We also have podcast videos on YouTube and the Twitch, social media, Twitter, Facebook, all that crap. All the links are right there. BeardedHops.com.
Man, that's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff. We're everywhere, man. We're amazing.
we are amazing.
We are amazing. So, Chad, we did another one. What is it? Episode 24, I think.
Yeah. Ooh, we got
full length episode. I mean, we got more than that. We have.
Oh yeah, there's like 60 of them out there total.
Yep, exactly.
Or more. So the next one next week will be our silver episode.
What, are you gonna get me something? What's the silver anniversary?
I don't know. Well, it's 25 years, but I don't know what you're supposed to get people.
Hang on, I'm gonna Google that.
Is it 10?
I think that's like the early one. Yeah, I don't freaking know. Let's just say you got to get me something expensive. I'll get you something cheap.
Oh, that's what it says?
Yeah, that's what it says. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
All right.
What it says.
Did you have anything really, really good in the last week? We didn't talk about review. We don't have to go through the whole beer.
Well, here's the thing. So, I mean, this weekend, I had nothing new that was really good because this weekend we had pretty much everything. We had Bourbon County.
We've had, yeah.
We had Bourbon County. We had Veneration. We had Death Star. We had Grown Man. I really didn't have anything new that I would say was outstanding. Of course, as I go back and reference my Untapped, so I know. The one thing we did have, well, we've had that before, but the Brazier Noir.
Oh, you had some more of that?
Had that. Trying to go back and see. There's really nothing else I rated very high that I haven't had. Uber Joe, we went and had that as well. But nothing else that I would say
No?
was amazing. What about you, Chad?
I had 2 really, really good sours. I didn't drink. I haven't had much to drink this last week.
That's weird.
That is kind of weird. But I had Weyerbacher's Sexy Mother Pucker.
Weyerbacher Sexy Motherfucker.
It's a sour ale. That was really good. And then the other sour I had that was awesome was Oso's Brewing. Margarita. That's a sour goza. Excellent beer. And then, we already talked about the Rosa Hibiscus from Revolution. That was awesome too. So, yeah, I mean, I've had a couple of really good sours in the last week, but I haven't had all that much to drink in the last week or so. So, yeah.
Hey,
that's all. I
pass
just
me a
wondered if
beer.
you had anything super good other than the full-grown man. I mean, full-grown beard. Yeah,
All right.
full-grown man.
Full-grown man with the great beard. Yeah. All right, kids. Well, thank you so much for watching and listening. Of course, if you are watching this, you can catch our podcast on iTunes or Google Play. If you're listening to this, you can catch it on the old YouTubes. Of course, it's always there. So,
YouTube, good to be here.
we did it again, Chad.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you later, and we're gonna go out the same way we came in with the intro video.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Hey, pass me a beer.
Look, at least promise me you won't drink. Alcohol always leads to trouble.
Hey, who wants to play Drink the Beer?
Right here.
You win.
All right, what do I win?
Another beer.
Just have a cup of coffee.
There it is.
Coffee?
Beer.
I'd kill for a beer.
Cheap beer and a sympathetic ear. Step right up.